Now, about 2 months ago, Tay-K received his sentence of 55 years in prison for his role in the 2016 murder of 21-year-old Ethan Walker, which he is now appealing. But now, one of his accomplices had her date in court, and she just found out what she would be receiving. Now, the woman who was 16 at the time of the home invasion and initially charged with 2 counts of aggravated robbery accepted a plea deal on yesterday, Friday, September the 27th. She will receive 10 years of probation for her involvement in the fatal 2016 home invasion. Her defense team also said she was a sex trafficking victim recruited by Ariana Barrett, a defendant in the case of Ethan Walker's death, and a pimp. Now, alongside with Tay-K and herself, 5 other defendants also took part in the home invasion and robbery that led to Ethan Walker's death. Now, following the incident, 6 of them were found guilty or reached plea agreements with the prosecutors. Tay-K received 55 years in prison. Barrett went to trial and received a life sentence. Holt was sentenced to 20 years and Barrett to 25. Robin pled guilty to the murder charge and received 40 years, while Bell pled guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated robbery and received 30 years in prison. You know, in a situation like this, a case like this where you commit a crime, and you have, you know, other people involved, and when they hit trial, of course it's gonna become a domino effect like we just seen. Like back in July, Tay-K, he got his 55 years, and he was one of the last one who received a sentence because everybody else in front of him was his co-defendants, and they either most of them took pleas, and some of them, one of them took it to trial. He ended up getting a life sentence, and so. Like I said, with a case like that, it's gonna have a domino effect. So it really ain't no getting out of it. So commit a crime, do it by yourself if it ever get to that point. And that's where a lot of people be messing up at. But continuing on. Now, as for the woman, which was basically the last one who received her sentence, she received 10-year probation, and she is not being named because she was a minor at the time of the crime and now claims to be a sex trafficking victim. Her juvenile conviction of capital murder and her original sentence of 20 years in prison were overturned in August by the Texas Second Court of Appeals. The court ruled she was convicted under an inappropriate theory of a capital murder, and that the trial court erred by saying the girl had a legal duty to prevent the robbery, which she was accused of helping to plan. The woman's defense attorney, Scott Brown, argued in the court that the girl was 16 years old during the incident, couldn't prevent what happened because she didn't have any kinship to the victims. In addition, evidence was presented at the girl's trial that she was a sex trafficking victim and that her involvement in the home robbery was under the circumstances of Barrett and her pimp. 13 days before the home invasion occurred, the girl's family reported to the police that she was being sexually trafficked. According to the court testimony by the family affidavit, the girl, which was the recruiter, was choked, beaten, burned with cigarettes, and tattooed the mark that she was owned by her pimp. So, this whole Tay-K situation is just all over the place. It's been all over the place for a couple of years now. And, basically, this just the end of the story for the whole situation. As far as his rap career and everything else, I think he's the only person in history to ever have a platinum selling record and be behind bars and couldn't perform not one time. So, he did the race, but he didn't get too far. But in the meantime, what I need for y'all to do is hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for your boy. Drop your comments in the comment section. Give me y'all opinion about this situation. It's Kid Faded with FadedCultureTV, signing off.